I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not feeling it today. You see, before each and every episode, I do research. I look at the source material, and then I look at the fan fiction. So I can see how the characters interact within the show, and how the pairings are treated within the fandom. For instance, with my last episode, Avatar: The Last Airbender, I spent a lot of time watching the entirety of the cartoon series, and then reading a ton of fanfic. This episode is Twilight. So, just to be clear, I read all 4 Twilight books, and then I watched all 4 movies. Then I read Twilight fanfiction. My life this past week has been Twilight. Nostalgia Critic? What are you doing here? I'm not part of that guy with glasses.
Keep strong, my brother. Fight the good fight.
Yes, sir. Alright, guys. Twilight. Are you the greatest internet critic of all time? I didn't think so. Now, some of you are probably wondering what I think of Twilight. After all, my opinion of the series naturally and its characters naturally affects what I think of the pairings themselves. Take it away, Jim. Yeah. Now, some of you may be saying, "Oh, but Stephenie Meyer tried something different, and she worked hard on it, and she put her own spin on it." To which I say,
Hey, that's stupid.
Thank you, Jade. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a big surprise to anyone that I don't like Twilight. However, I'm not going to rant about the stupidity of the series. I'm just going to be focusing on the characters. So, let's get started. Team Jacob. Yeah, this is the most popular one, of course. Team Jacob is the pairing of Jacob and Bella. And I'm sorry, but I don't care. This really doesn't make any difference to me. I mean, yeah, Jacob isn't as bland as Edward is. He's got a different personality than Edward, but he's still bland. He's still the nice, good boy who has a deep, dark past. Kind of. Not really. He's only had these deep, dark secrets for a few months, but he's still a tortured soul. Yeah, in all honesty, there's no real difference between this and Team Edward, except for a few paltry outside issues. Quite frankly, the only real reason I can think of for this team is Taylor Lautner. And you know, the whole "too sexy for my shirt, so sexy, so my shirt," or whatever. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are a few differences. New Moon probably wouldn't happen, which would be nice. If she was with Jacob, then we wouldn't have emo, distraught, ridiculously stupid Bella. But that's about it. Next. Team Boys is the pairing of Jacob and Edward. You know, the whole time I was reading these fan fictions regarding this pairing, I had one question. Why? Why are these characters together? Their only connection is Bella. Quite frankly, I seriously doubt that Edward would have known Jacob existed if it wasn't for Bella. So why are these two together? Well, is it just Battle of the Blands? I can't even say, hey, like with Zutara, I could understand. You want to give her the dart. You want to give Katara the bad boy. With Katzula, you want to watch these personalities bounce off of each other. Same with Zukang. Personalities bouncing off of each other. I got nothing here. You can't even say this to watch the personalities bounce off of each other because there are no personalities to bounce off of. You have the most bland character ever in Edward and only slightly less bland Jacob. What are you doing? Next. Jaspella is the pairing of Bella and... Who is he? I don't remember him. I don't remember any character whose name started with a Jasp. And I just watched all 4 movies and read all 4 books. Who is he? I remember nothing. And seeing as I can remember who Edward was, that says a lot if this is actually a character for the series. Yeah, you're right, let's move on. Let's just skip over this pairing. Next. I think that Jasper was created largely so that Stephanie Meyer could say, "No, Alice is not a lesbian. No, she does not love Bella. See? She has a boyfriend." Yeah, it didn't work, Stephanie. You just created the most all you did was create the most ridiculously bland and forgettable character in the history of ever. And that's saying something since this was Twilight. Seriously, did Jasper even say anything up until Eclipse? Did he do anything up until Eclipse? But back on track here. Bellis, it makes sense to me. You actually have a character with a personality in Alice. The book and movies leave quite a few moments where I can actually see Bellis happening. Bella... Well, Bella's Bella. She's never going to be different, but at least she can be paired with someone who's more interesting than Edward. Alright. Surprisingly enough, that was it. That's all the pairings that people really cared about. I expected Emmett had to talk about Emmett and Bella, but no. So, one last thing. Any of you diehard Twilight fans, or heaven forbid Stephanie Meyer, if either of you groups are watching this and you want to try and beat me and convince me that Twilight is an excellently written series, and that the characters are deep and emotionally well written, allow me to introduce you to a new member of my show. His name is Boomstick. I got him to protect me from all the Zutara fans that have been attacking me ever since I launched the Avatar episode. He can also hurt you, though. Oh, crap. Not again. Well, thank you, Boomstick. Well, I think that's all. Next week I'll be talking about Wizards of Waverly Place. Until then, happy shipping.